Have the wakes changed very much over the years? Like we were here for James's wake and that.
They have changed a lot. It used to be the wake house used to have a table across the floor in the middle of the kitchen, and having the people sitting down and having bread and butter and jam on the table and help themselves. But now it's sandwiches now. I see that's a big change. Sandwiches and you know, and a tray and a cup of tea and milk and sugar. That's the change.
Before it was a sit-down kind
It
of
was
thing.
sit down at the table.
At a
and
table.
a whole lot of them. Maybe 7 or 8 at a time. And the wakes were bigger that time.
They were.
You know, there used to be a lot then, but now there only comes 1 or 2 at a time, and they're offer the tea right away. Come on.
And then in the past, did they used to have a drink and cigarettes they would pass around? Wouldn't they pass around cigarettes and
Cigarettes and snuff.
and drink? Did they ever have drink? No.
No, they had no drink. Cigarettes and snuff.
Mm. Now I noticed we stopped James's wake at 9 o'clock at night. In the past, did they used to go through the night with the wake? They didn't used to stop them?
No. Then they would stay up till morning, sit up till morning, till 5, 6 in the morning. And now they have to close up at 10 or 11 and let the people go to bed and start again at 9 o'clock in the morning, open the house for them to come in to say a prayer. That's a change too.
That is.
I think it's a good thing too.
Well, it's a lot easier on the family. Yeah.
That's the new, with the old days it was all night wake.
Mm. You know, I've often wondered the lake back here by Winnie and the ones beyond. What's the names of those lakes, Madge?
Mona. That's the lake of the turf. Mona.
Which lake is that now?
Winnie, below Winnie.
Oh, right in Winnie.
Yes, right in Winnie. And then the other lake is Lafad.
And what does that mean in
Long Lake.
Long Lake.
Lafad. Joanne's house is named after that lake. Lafad House.
They have a sign outside her
They have a
house,
sign
that's right. Yeah.
On the gate or on the door. On the pillar of the gate as you go up the gate, Lafad House.
Johnny and I were in the barn yesterday, and we saw a lot of the old rakes from hay and the pitchforks and
forks. And there's a turf spade.
Turf spade, yeah.
Shovels and pick.
Right.
And a spade. And wire. There's good wire down in that wee shed down there.
What would you use the wire?
Fencing wire.
Fencing wire, yeah.
Yes, there's a new, roll in it that was never open.
So I'm sure after you leave, you'll be still dreaming about Drimnaha here when you're up in Cortha. A lot of memories.
Yes, a lot of memories of Drimnaha right now.
Yeah. Remember in the other, one of the other tapes, you talked about John, Uncle John when he left and his convoy. You seem to have a very clear memory. How old were you when John left?
What age we were?
How old were you when Uncle?
9 years of age I was. He left in November 1922.
Hmm.
And Michael left a year or two after that. And Patrick, a year or two after that.
Now, was there a good crowd in the house the night before Johnny
Yes,
left?
a big crowd in the house. The convoy, they used to call it.
Right.
They had a big convoy the night before they left.
Hmm.
They wouldn't call it now farewell party or convoy. We used to call it in the olden days.
Right. And you'd have
They used to come in, little music and dance and drink. They used to have drink. They would collect from one of them, would go round with the cap and collect so much money from every person, then, and then they would go to the pub and buy a bottle of drink.
Very good.
Used to use it. They had that custom. I remember that. And the night before we go away. But they used to go to Conway again.
Did John and Mike used to write letters home when they left, or?
They used to write. John was very good. He used to send us money. He was very good keeping up the house, sending my mother money. But he was a very good earner, and he would send a lot home. But Michael was different. He was working for the farmers, so was John and Tyrone too. Patrick and John and Michael was in Tyrone working, and Margaret. 4 of our family was in Tyrone. And your mother worked at Cork, in a cottage at Cork.
And you worked in many places.
I worked in a lot of places, in Glentis and Braca, Dublin, and Derrylone.
And in England.
Derrylone.
And London.
And London, and Burgess Hill, in London.
And Chestnut Hill, and in Philadelphia.
And Philadelphia. New York first. I went to New York, and then I moved to Philadelphia from New York.
What kind of work did you do in New York?
It was working in the, for the priest.
The rectory?
Rectory, yes. I was working in the rectory.
And the same in
Long Island. And I worked as a cook in Philadelphia, Chestnut Hill. I was supposed to be a cook, and I am experience of a cook. Then there was another girl in it from Glenswally. She was the chambermaid. She was always upstairs. Yeah. So I liked it very much. Our Lady of Consolation Church in Chestnut Hill.
That's right.
And Mrs. Woods, I worked for a private house. I was a cook on it. That's all that I worked in Philadelphia.
What was the name of the church in Long Island, Madge?
That's kind of funny. And Angus or something.
Angus?
Angus.